What's up, family? Welcome back to UTL TV, the realest blog in Michigan. And today I want to give a conscious breakdown on Young Thug and the YSL case because it's pretty obvious what's going on, especially if you're doing the research and been paying attention. But let's get to the story. Born 1991, Jeffrey Lamar Williams, aka Young Thug, came from that Zone 3 Cleveland Ave, Jonesboro projects in Atlanta, Georgia, a poverty-stricken area where Jeffrey lived with his mom and siblings. And by Young Thug being one of the youngest and father not being in the picture, he ventured out into the streets like most young men do in search of that masculinity, that male guidance. By the age of 15, Young Thug had joined the Sex Money Murder Bloods, a set that originated out of the Bronx, New York City in the early 90s, by a vicious individual by the name of Pistol Pete, or Peter Rolock. Peter Rolock, born 1974, created Sex Money Murder as just a regular street crew at the beginning until he earned himself a stint on Rikers Island on the same pod or unit with the UBN leader. And seeing how Pete had structured the Sex Money Murder Boys and had parts of the Bronx already on lock, felt as if Pistol Pete would be a good fit for the East Coast United Blood Nation. And not too long after he arrived, Pistol Pete and his Sex Money Murder crew had been sanctioned and positioned as one of the East Coast UBN original sets. Because you got to remember, this is around the time the gangbanging really took control over the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? This is in the 90s. It was really getting popping. So they were still organizing from within the prison. You know what I'm saying? And Pete came at the right time. The UBN was fathered by Greg Stone, aka Grog, from the Soundview houses in the Bronx, and Xavier, aka X, who come from the River houses. And just like they intended, full of ambition and something to prove, Pistol Pete will go on what I like to call a crash out mission, being responsible for over 6 murders in the Stevenson Commons projects. The Sex Money Murder Bloods movement will go on to spread all over the East Coast and down south, especially places like Atlanta and the Carolinas, etc. I just had to give y'all a little backstory info to give you a better understanding on the gangs and, you know what I'm saying, where, you know what I'm saying, what these dudes be representing. You know what I'm saying? Because different sets be going by, you know what I'm saying, they got different principles and morals they stand on. So I like to give y'all a better understanding on whatever I'm speaking on, not just a shallow layout. You know what I'm saying? I like to go a little bit in depth and educate you a little bit on these different people and subjects that we speaking on. But let's get back into the story. Young Thug will go on to build his street reputation with this outlandish fashion and different things he did to stand out. He would eventually begin making music in 2011 with the mixtape Came From Nothing, and finally caught a mainstream attention in 2014 with his mixtape Jeffrey. And it seems to me around this time, as soon as he got into the door, he began doing feminine humiliation rituals, wearing dresses, painting his nails, making passes at other men publicly, talking about, oh, that's my bae, that's my husband, you know, stuff like that. And him coming from Atlanta, a lot of people assumed like, okay, Young Thug, he might be gay or cross-dresser or whatever. And that just wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? Young Thug was going through his apprentice initiation rituals. And like Nori said, you got 3 doors. You know what I'm saying? You got the independent door, you got the sex ritual door, homo door, you know what I'm saying? Or the sacrifice door. And a lot of these guys would rather go through the humiliation, sex ritual type thing, you know what I'm saying? Rather than set up a sacrifice, because now, 1, you have to give up someone you love. And 2, setting up a sacrifice takes planning and structuring events around dates, birthdays, the planet's alignment, even gematria, to harness the energy and attention from the death. You get what I'm saying? It's basic level magic or alchemy, whatever you want to call it. That's why most artists who do offer sacrifices do the biggest numbers. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, by 2014, Thug was in the door, signing a Gucci, then linking up with Birdman, and finally being picked up by Kevin Lyles and Leroy Cohen under the label 300, a label known for most of his big artists being dead, killed, or threw in prison, like King Von, Mo3, PND Rock, XXX Tentacion, you know what I'm saying? And the list goes on. It's been recently rumored that the label sacrifices the artists who's either not in compliance or about to finish their contracts. And since the very beginning of his career, Young Thug has been subliminally showing his allegiance to the Baphomet and the Freemasons, even admitting it and taking pictures to show his initiation certificate. After his initiation, Thug started to sign artists to his YSL label because of the main goals as a Freemason is influence, because with influence you can socially engineer the masses to indulge into whatever agenda is on the table. Pay attention. That's why these artists get a little fame and status, then they create the label to recruit younger artists from the streets to influence and get them to join these secret societies as well. It's a cycle, like a pyramid, you know what I'm saying? It's how this stuff is achieved. They use artists like Young Thug, Future, Yo Gotti, Jay-Z, Drake, etc. to sign and groom the new young artists, you know what I'm saying? Preparing them to join these societies. These are the gatekeepers. You feel me? Because if you pay attention, Thug hasn't had big numbers throughout his career. It's really a hit or miss with Thug's albums. You feel me? He don't have big sponsors, commercial deals, nothing. But Thug is responsible for influencing most of Atlanta rap scene, bringing numerous artists into the occult like Lil Durk, Lil Baby, NBA Youngboy. You remember he proposed to them, like, you know, a lot of stuff like that. A Gunna, YSL, Duke, Weezy, Yak got it, and the list goes on. This alone made Young Thug powerful within the industry. He took the oath and followed through with it to the fullest, going through with all of his set rituals and never told the secrets in an interview or in his music. He ain't try to drop no jewels. You know what I'm saying? Thug was down with it. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of you are like, well, if he never spoke out, then why did they allow him to go to jail? You know what I'm saying? And notice I said allow, because when you are accepted into the Freemasons and you have a certain level of influence, they give you like immunity until you break that oath. Why you think artists like Lil Durk can tell you about murders and assaults in detail and never get indicted? Even if everybody around him get locked up, he won't, as long as he stay in line and never break the oath or the rules. How y'all think R. Kelly was getting away with it? Epstein and all of them, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these entertainers can do whatever and the feds will allow it to happen as long as the oath is not broken. Pay attention. Think about it. How was Epstein able to traffic people for all that time? How is R. Kelly able to get away with all this stuff? You know what I'm saying? They been had witnesses statements and stuff like that. Like it's been in documents. You feel me? So how are they able to continue for years and years and years? It's because they have immunity. The feds, the government, the music industry, the prison system, all of that is tied in together. It's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's all one. Think about it. They been had the drop on Young Thug. How was Thug able to get away with ordering multiple murders and shootings and was still out for years? Even rapped about it and had received statements. Like they had received statements from numerous people around Thug about certain murders and shootings. Like pay attention. They been knew what YSL was doing all over Atlanta and turned a blind eye because he was a part of the brotherhood. Young Thug even admitted this himself. Like proof is in the pudding. And the reason I feel like they decided to lock Thug up is because he felt like he didn't need them anymore and got the big head and started doing what he wanted, pissing them off by paying the bonds or all of them people that was at the jail. You know what I'm saying?
Been through, bro, and I understood when it was people sitting out 3-4 years that couldn't get out of on a bond.
If they did the crime, they could do the time. It's all right. You know, but it's like you giving them a bond higher than what they stole.
This random act of kindness comes...
And then dropping that song, Take It to Trial. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay attention to the beginning of that song. Y'all remember where in the beginning where you had the old white man in a wheelchair being pushed by the white lady. They in all black. He got like the breather on. He come in breathing hard. You feel me? And he slide Young Thug like some type of contract. Young Thug take a glance at the contract and throw that joint back at him in the air like, you feel me? Like, take it to trial, you feel me? And that old man was the personification of these elites offering him a deal, you feel me? And he didn't want to take it. Thug denied it, knowing that he would no longer be protected. You feel what I'm saying? By the law or the elites who ran the industry. That's why the song is called Take It to Trial. What else could it symbolize? I'll wait. You feel me? Pay attention to the signs and the symbology within these videos. Why would a 90-year-old white man being pushed in a wheelchair show up at his house, offer him a contract, and he throws it back in his face and starts singing Take It to Trial? Think about it. If it was some type of plea by the feds or something like that, wouldn't he would have hired people to dress up in FBI or police uniforms? But no, Thug was letting you know they was on his back and it was about to go all the way down. And I don't think Thug could care. I think he actually felt like he could beat the elites, not knowing they already had him in checkmate. He had broke the oath and had a price to pay. Him, Gunna, Duke, Yak Gotti, you know what I'm saying? Key, all of the main YSL players, because remember, they all joined the order as well and went against the rules along with their leader. A lot of people were saying they warned him when they killed his baby mom at the bowling thing, you know. And also, a lot of people have been messaging me saying, like, Gunna is a clone. Like, I don't know about not now one of them situations, you know, I heard about it, but maybe Gunna lost weight. I don't know. And maybe she really died. You know what I'm saying? The way they say it happened. I don't know. I'll have to do the gematria on it and see if anything aligns. You feel me? I have to, you know, look into it, check the dates and see what the time's looking like. You feel me? But I really don't know right now. You feel me about that? So until then, y'all stay woke. Y'all stay aware, man. And pay attention to that video, like, and pay attention to everything. Like, you feel me? Like, Young Thug was a part of that Order of the Serpents. You know what I'm saying? He was part of that Freemason, that, you know what I'm saying, that whole brotherhood, man. He was deep into it, man. And Thug felt like he could do it on his own, man. He felt like whatever he felt, you feel me? He ain't jump back on board or re-sign or whatever he had to do, or he was just saying fuck him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I get out of the whole situation, cause I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you was the white man came in, he offered you the contract, you like, fuck it, take it to trial. Like, what the fuck? You feel me? Then you get indicted. You know what I'm saying? For all of this stuff that been going on for years and years and years. Like, I just put everything into play and just pay attention to the, you know what I'm saying, to the cycle and the events, you feel me, that was going on around these artists. You feel what I'm saying? Pay attention to everything, because they tell you and they show you what's going on, what they doing, and who they working with each and every time. You feel me? It's not hard to do your research and come up with these, you feel what I'm saying? Because it's right in your face, man. It's not hard at all. But like I said, man, y'all stay woke, y'all stay aware, man, and y'all stay vigilant, man. And y'all don't just take what I'm saying, y'all go do your own research. You feel what I'm saying? Do your own research on Thug. Pay attention to what, you know what I'm saying? Listen to what he say. You feel me? He said that he a Freemason. You feel what I'm saying? He said that he a snake and slime and he all of this and that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, all of this aligned with this man. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey, I'm just putting out what he already did, let y'all know. Y'all just wasn't paying attention, man. But anyway, Deuce, UTL TV. Make sure y'all hit that like. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe too, man. And follow me on Instagram too at Julius Armani 999 UTL TV. I'm out.